Hello, my name is BJ Mann, and I'm a divorce mediator. I've been a divorce mediator for 17 years, and what I do is help my clients end their marriage in a gentle, affordable, and efficient manner. My job is to guide my clients through the conversations they have to create an agreement, and along the way, I make sure they're well informed. And my client's job is to gather the information they need and make the decisions that work for them as long as they're well informed. And that's the beauty of mediation. I want to make sure that you understand that my remarks today are informational only. I am not giving advice. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a therapist. I'm not an accountant. What I am is a very experienced divorce mediator. Today, what we're going to talk about is something that you might find a little unusual. It's about encouraging my clients to actually considering counseling one more try. As I mentioned in a previous video, sometimes hearing that your marriage is really over becomes a wake-up call to the other person, and they're really wanting to continue to look at the marriage and perhaps consider counseling. My clients are never on the same page when they come into my office. There is always somebody who is trailing and somebody who is much more able to let the marriage go. And when I learn in my consultation that one person has been begging for years, let's go to counseling, and that has not happened, now the other person is able to say, now I'm ready, let's please go to counseling. So it's kind of a tug back and forth about whether counseling is going to happen or not. They're often surprised that I'm very encouraging of the notion of counseling one more try. I really believe that a marriage is a marathon and it's not a sprint, and you may just be needing to catch your breath right now. I suggest that if they agree to go to counseling, it's sort of a gift from the person who's sort of out of the marriage right now to the person who really would like to go to counseling. It's a courtesy. You've been together for a long time, and what's 3 or 4 more opportunities to just chat? I emphasize that there's really no downside to counseling, and that even if it doesn't reconnect you to stay in your marriage, it actually will be a softer landing, and you'll be better co-parents, and you may even have better future relationships. But if you're going to decide to go to counseling, there are 3 things that I like to emphasize. The first thing is you need to agree upon the number of visits to the counselor. I usually suggest something like 3 or 4 times, where you're both committed to show up and be honest, no matter what you hear or what you learn, because that way each of you can be honest and you can say the words that have been stuck in your throat right now, and they're festering and they're causing resentments. And with a guide, you have a counselor, you have a safer environment to do that. So creating just a finite amount of sessions. And if you want to re-up, that's great, but there are no expectations beyond 3 or 4 sessions. The second thing I like to emphasize is that you will probably have a softer landing if you go to marriage counseling. If the counseling confirms that the marriage is over, well, then you've learned what you needed to learn. And if it reconnects, then you'll have an opportunity to continue the counseling. But the person who wants to go to counseling is not going to live with the illusion that if only we'd gone to counseling, everything would be okay. And you can't begin to heal until the hoping ends. So this would be an opportunity for the person who's trailing the end of the marriage to begin to heal, and the hoping would end. The third thing I want to emphasize is that when you go to the counseling, you need to be clear with your counselor that you're really only coming 3 or 4 times. But you want to focus your conversations on the partnership qualities that each of you have. You don't want to let the conversation get hijacked into the kids and the in-laws and the financial worries. You want to focus on whether you two have the partnership qualities that you need to go forward. And you do that by a little advanced homework, by organizing yourself and learning what's important to you in a partner. It's sort of a mini match.com. You have to sort of draw up what you're wanting in your partner. And to do that, again, it'll be a bit of a roadmap for the future, but it'll also be a pathway for you two to reconnect if you can be clear with each other about what you're looking for from each other. So whether the outcome of the counseling ends up in reconnecting or a gentler goodbye, you know that you've shown each other kindness and respect and courteousness, and that whatever happens in the future, you will be better co-parents because you honored each other for additional conversations that needed to happen. And when that's happening, you'll be better in your future and you'll thrive more efficiently. So I hope that you understand that counseling, one more time, is a real opportunity for you to share with each other and know that you've run your whole marathon and you're not just stuck at the 19th mile. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this has been useful.